MAGA is in complete meltdown mode over what's going on in Iran. I made a video on this channel yesterday about how Donald Trump seemed to flip so quickly from wanting to negotiate with Iran over a nuclear weapon to now all of a sudden being headfirst in striking Iran. We're very, very close to literally going to war with Iran, the peace president who ran on no wars. And I made a video about how a lot of the reason for this flip reportedly was because he's been watching Fox News, and Fox News has been running all this garbage about how, we need to strike Iran, right? And so I want to get into a little bit of this MAGA meltdown because it's pretty entertaining and crazy. We've seen a lot of MAGA just start to flip, truly actually flip on Donald Trump. We have this tweet right here. I genuinely deserve a fell for it again award. F this. If you know the meme where it's like, I fell for it again, And someone in the replies, it's okay, man, happened to all of us. So a lot of people saying like, we got played by Donald Trump, the peace president. It's like, okay, well, I feel like we tried to tell you, but it's fine. It's no big deal. We move on here quickly before I get into some of these other screenshots. Let me show you what's going on the elected official side, because it's just madness. Like the Republican Party is fracturing itself really quickly. By the way, my name is Chris Mowrey. I'm filling in for Adam Mockler on the Adam Mockler channel. If you enjoy this type of content, the link to my YouTube channel will be in the description down below. You guys have shown so much love, and truly, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. It means the world. And on this channel, we're trying to build something big to punch back against MAGA, moving toward 2026, 2028, and beyond, uplifting Gen Z voices. And if you want to be a part of this growing community, all you have to do is hit subscribe down below. It goes such a long way. All right, let me show you this video from just a few hours ago. Mike Johnson talking about some Republicans coming out against U.S. intervention in Iran. Take a listen.
Must decide such matters according to our Constitution. Should we get further involved today?
Thomas Massie is on the wrong side of this, and I think that's very clear. We are in a defensive posture right now. The president is making the right decisions. Why? Because, Bill, we have to protect U.S. assets and obviously our personnel. We got 40,000 U.S. service members stationed in the region over there. That is what the president is doing. He's fully within his authority to act in that manner, and that is what the commander-in-chief is supposed to do. We have to stand by our ally Israel. They're our closest ally and friend, the only stable democracy in the region, and we have to make sure that they can do the job they need to do to protect their citizenry.
So it's like really fascinating there. Obviously, like Thomas Massie coming out against this. Then, you have Mike Johnson saying Massie's on the wrong side. And again, very interesting to see like such a fast flip from all the Republicans in Congress who will go down as some of the most disgraceful, I truly believe this, some of the most disgraceful un-American individuals in American history. These individuals like Mike Johnson, who a week ago were talking about how Trump's the peace president and he's trying to make a deal with Iran, and all of a sudden Trump, loses his mind, which he does every single day. He flips on this issue for no reason at all, sends us straight into chaos, and Mike Johnson is like, well, I stand with the president. You stand for nothing. You stand for whatever will get you more power in Washington, and it's effing sickening, especially when it relates to a president of the United States who doesn't care about the Constitution, doesn't care about anything but himself, tried to overthrow an election he didn't win, and Mike Johnson stands with him and frankly probably knows he's wrong, but just does it anyway for power. It's disgusting. And then we move to what happened just yesterday on Twitter. Tucker Carlson releasing this podcast with Ted Cruz where, oh my God, Ted Cruz just got eviscerated on this issue. Take a listen to this clip.
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people living around?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's,
because,
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not even. You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay,
actually,
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one
who
who
don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that...
We're carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not
at all.
bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
This is
Israel.
high stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Now, obviously, I think a lot of people are coming out like, wow, Tucker Carlson did such a great job interviewing and being hard on Ted Cruz, which in some ways he did. But let's not forget who Tucker Carlson is. Obviously, one of the main proponents of pushing the lie of that the 2020 election was stolen. So not to, give props to Tucker Carlson, but actually to just, say, look at, again, MAGA just start to twist themselves. Ted Cruz really struggling to figure out how to defend this issue. And, as Tucker Carlson essentially in a lot of this pushes back against the idea that Trump is somehow, the peace president. What's going on? And again, we go back to the beginning of this video, some other tweets. We have Candace Owens. Donald Trump just completely fractured his base, and he did it for the very neocons who minted the Never Trump movement. Truly unbelievable. So again, I think people don't realize that this is one of the strongest, most passionate issues for a lot of people in this base that voted for Trump. This idea of all of Washington is really war hungry and Trump is not. And so this issue in particular, I'm telling you, is a really big deal. It's really dividing this base. Candace Owens saying it's over, you fractured it. And some of the screenshots I showed earlier, there is many. And once again, going back, this just happened 20 minutes ago as I record this video. Donald Trump speaking about some of these issues, speaking about the Tucker Carlson podcast and how his base is fracturing. Just 30 minutes ago, and this is what he had to say in the Oval Office.
Have you seen the Tucker Carlson, Senator Ted Cruz interview? It seems like this issue on whether or not the United States should strike is kind of dividing a lot of your supporters.
No, my supporters are for me. My supporters are America first and make America great again. My supporters don't want to see Iran have a nuclear weapon.
Interesting. As he also said, yesterday, America first actually is just whatever I want. That's kind of been the defense here of people are like, wait, what happened to America first? No new wars. And he's like, America, I invented the term. So it's whatever I want it to be. Holy shit. The cult, the level of the cult is just unbelievable. I cannot believe people are still doing this. It stuns me every single day. How do you buy anything this guy is saying? And again, it's not like he actually has a plan here. As I, made a video yesterday on this channel, there's no plan. There's no plan. He was one side of this issue, then he saw Fox News, he's on another side. The White House caters to however he feels on any given day, especially as he, is already a narcissist and is now in pretty clear cognitive decline, right? Absolutely insane. All right, before I end this video off, I want to show you one more just to solidify this entire thing. That while this is going on, inside the clashes between Trump and Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, has wrangled Trump with her statements about nuclear war, and the president has suggested she's off message. President Donald Trump privately molded joining Israel's campaign against Iran this month. One member of his Congress sent what he viewed as an audacious attempt to steer him in the opposite direction. At 5:30 a.m. on June 10th, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard tweeted a cryptic 3-minute video warning that, quote, political elite and warmongers are carelessly fomenting fear and tensions between nuclear powers and that the world is on the brink of nuclear annihilation. And also essentially suggested that, Iran is not working toward a nuclear weapon, which is Donald Trump's entire reasoning for getting into this. And so they asked him on Air Force One about what she said.
But how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having it.
I don't care what she said. I'm sorry? You don't care what Tulsi Gabbard said, the person you appointed to this, but it's crazy. It's madness. I really hope MAGA and more elected officials keep coming out against this nonsense, because Trump, it's chaos. It's complete chaos. I am glad some people are starting to see that at least they were duped by this individual who doesn't believe in anything. But also, I'm hoping elected Republicans are finally starting to realize, wow, this is really dangerous. but we'll see. We got to keep pushing. Look, once again, my name's Chris Mowrey, filling in for Adam Mockler on the Adam Mockler channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe down below. It goes such a long way trying to build something to push back against MAGA. So join the community. It would mean a lot. Also, the link to my YouTube channel is in the description down below. You guys are the best. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video.